Niñas. That would be Evan. And on the right, we have Esper Reanimator. That would be Ryan. And looks like we'll need to bring up life totals. All right. A little bit of glare. Looks like we're fetching, and we're underway. Misty Rainforest gets cracked. Basic Island.
I will say we all have our methods to our own madness, so yeah, makes sense. Tamio?
And there's Tamio, Parter of the Veil.
I will pass it.
Here we go. Strand.
Yep.
A vault.
So you get a little vault.
Underground Sea
He
Pond.
said vault for a second.
Underground Sea Ponder for Ryan to start the game. So, the Ninjas decks, I guess, are trying some MH3 cards. We see Tamio on the battlefield. Grief pitching Grief. All right, well, before I can finish my speech, we're going to get to see the hand anyway. So, Force of Will, Double Ornithopter, Polluted Delta, and Eureka. Kind of the captain of the deck, the commander.
A noble hierarch. And if that resolves, I'll pass you. Gotta shuffle that. Days?
Days. Just a real trigger.
Yeah, it's days.
Most likely we'll see Eureka get taken here. And it's pointed out, it's in the trash. So Grief does its job after a Ponder found maybe a second copy of Grief or something. I don't know. All right, another fetch for Evan. Apologies for the phone being under the reflection of the overhead lights. If we get to 5,000 subs, I think we'll just have a TV studio and just like get rid of all the glare on the channel, you know?
I have instant land so far.
Tamio?
Take you off.
Go to combat.
Okay, Tamio is going into the red zone. And we're going to make a clue.
Yep. One. Oh, not treasure token. Clue token.
I'll take 0.
Take 0 indeed.
Forget
One
Ponder
top
3. Sure. Used to play modern, preordained.
And I will pass the turn.
All right, passing the turn back to Ryan. Ornithopter on the battlefield. So 2 0-power creatures. Why would a Legacy deck be interested in Ornithopter with blue and black lands? You attack with it, and then you ninjutsu in a ninja. Like Eureka. Kind of neat.
So, you got it.
I will attack for 3.
Okay, just a force pitching Atraxa on the Eureka. Attack with Tamio. Make a treasure. A clue, rather.
I will attempt to cast a Sylvan Library.
Go.
Days this.
Playing a Wasteland. Nothing to shoot with it yet.
It happens.
Combat.
Days
Pass the
resolves. Pass you.
2.
All right, an Entomb on end step. Evan's going to crack a clue in response. 2 clues left.
Force. Sure. And I'm going to pitch one of my Eurekas.
Sure.
With greenlit.
Okay, Force of Will pitching Eureka, and it is countered. Entomb is countered. I like going after the card that puts the creature in the trash. So I like countering Entomb there.
No land. I will still attempt to cast a Noble Hierarch.
Yep.
And pass to you.
A little bit of a stand match for both of us. Combat.
Yep.
All right, now 3 treasures after this attack. No ninjas ninjutsu'd in, and another copy of Entomb. Another sack of a clue in response.
Sure.
All right, force pitching force. So 3 Force of Wills out of the way, but 2 Entombs out of the way as well. Nothing in the graveyard to reanimate right now. Except for a Grief. Except for a Grief. There is still a Grief in the graveyard. And I guess there's the stuff on Evan's side as well.
3.
I'm checking the air.
Oh, I need to read this one. What is this? Oh, it's an anime deck. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize the art.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sorry,
Grief?
Okay, Animate Dead on Grief. It was a version that Evan did not have memorized. Ornithopter ×2 and Children's Edict is the choice.
Go.
Putting the aura upside down? What is going on here? It's not the way you're supposed to do it.
No fire arc. I'll take 4. So no trigger.
Yep.
15.
Surveil trigger happens.
Cameo trigger.
Die.
Rishidon Pizza with the question, is Grief a problem in Legacy? I'm so glad you asked. There's nothing I'd rather talk more about.
7. I forget running 1 or 2 basics. So I don't know what I'm fetching yet.
All right, Tamio flips into a Planeswalker after the Brainstorm.
So my creatures get -1, -7.
Actually,
Yep.
Do something else.
I'm going to. I'm going to put it into play tapped.
Tapped. Okay, so you got some.
I'm still at 7, yeah.
Okay, you got it.
I'm going to animate the Nexus.
Yep.
Attack you for 1 infect.
Taking it.
We got infect. Sweet. You're a drunk rock league getting point.
You know, I'll just say this because I just made a silly response on the Grief thing, but what do I want to say? I feel like there are some people on the Twitters and the Reddits that, like, if we follow them, we're following them off a cliff. I'm here to hopefully lead us in a different direction, like inspire people to brew decks and organize events in their area. And if you want to have a fun chat about bands, fine. But this thing where everyone is on the verge of quitting if Wizards doesn't fix whatever, it's just not for me. It's not my vibe. And, if now, it's June right now, if until August or whatever, we have to hear people B-word and complaining about Grief, I'm just not opening Twitter and Reddit for a while. It's just, not for me.
And what's the.
Does that make sense? Am I out of my mind crazy nuts?
And then
Or is that just fine with everybody?
Yeah, what?
Cards in hand?
Just the MDFC.
You can make 5 toughness.
currently, yeah, up to 5
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'm at 4.
You're at 4. Yeah.
I'll pay 1 to animate the Ink Maw. Using Boots of Mana.
5.
Before giving me priority, with split second, Legolas's quick reflexes.
Draw.
So the Bajukabog Goblin is on the battlefield. New card from MH3. I believe it's called Boggart Trawler. I forget the name of this card. Is MTG bot not working? Oh, God.
No, I don't have to kill me yet. Right.
Not enough to kill you yet.
Alright. So the Indignant will.
Make it a 6/6, and then when I attack, I could kill something.
Yeah.
So Embiggen resolves.
So, and then beside the Boggart Trawler, I believe that's a copy of Eureka in Altar sitting right next to it. And in the bottom left of your screen is 2 clue tokens next to Tamio, who has 4 loyalty now. And I believe I have life totals correct, trying to stay on top of that.
Go down to 1.
6.
Hold. Good game. Even if I was playing True Duels, I still would have been dead there. Even if I fetched, I only shocked once.
One more pump spell, really.
Okay, that is a Changeling Outcast.
One more.
For the things I already had in hand.
For 5.
Anything?
No, just the trigger.
All right, we just reaped our sub goal as Magic Az just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Magic Az 53 now on the channel. Really appreciate it. We got there. Thank you, Magic Az. Really appreciate that.
Like, I talked it up so much, and like, you never gave it a shot.
Play
I was like,
Dosey.
come on, man.
Come
It's
up.
weird. I've been thinking about moving it to the sideboard, and sometimes they're just not that good. The fact that it doesn't pump.
All right, Tamio gets pinged by Grief. That's a Voidwalker now on the battlefield. The altars are a little bit confusing. One of them is Changeling Outcast. One of them, I believe, is Yuriko.
It's good with color filtration.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll be able to play this game.
Bring this down to 2. Bring back Force.
Okay, a Force of Will return to hand with Tamio's minus ability. Tamio down to 2.
This is going to be 6. We'll get 2 ninja triggers.
Sure. I go to 4.
I'll draw 2.
Okay, so so I was wrong. It's Changeling Outcast and Ingenious Infiltrator. Draw a card trigger on damage from the Infiltrator. My bad. I thought that was another copy of Yuriko. Here's an Ornithopter. All right, looks like a scoop. We are going to game 2. Life totals were a bit hard to keep track of there, and I apologize, but Evan gets it.
Let's see, you got to do.
I don't think it mattered actually.
I had double days, which is
I just got handed a 75 and said, go. I'm going first, by the way.
Got it.
Resolve.
All right, Ryan will be on the play, of course, for game 2.
I'll play an Ink Moth Nexus. And I'll pay 2 to attempt to cast a Blighted Agent.
All right, a new sub goal for our Twitch live chat. 1 card on the bottom for Ryan. Looks like 1 card on the bottom also for Evan, and we are ready to go.
Human Rogue.
yeah, 3 cards.
3 cards in hand. All of the infect creatures are errata to have Phyrexian as an additional type,
Gotcha.
which matters for Indignant.
Yeah. I'm gonna force that one pitching.
You're not going to slide for me?
Do you pay a life for that, or is that Force of Negation you pay a life for?
This is a Force of Will, so I'll pay 1 life.
Yeah, there's an Infect match going on in the background. I got completely destroyed by Infect last week at FNM. I don't think I had any chance. All right, Brainstorm. What were they thinking when they designed Infect anyway? What were they thinking?
You still only have instant artifact?
Yeah, instant artifact.
Game 2, so I got crushed game 1. Game 2 against Infect, I kept a hand of double Chalice, Magus of the Moon, mana for turn 1 Chalice, and I still got smoked by Inkmoth Nexuses and Blighted Agents. I got completely destroyed and demoralized, and I almost sold my collection. Yeah, I was on a prison deck, but I died.
Widow attacks.
I take 1.
Second main. Play Delver Secrets.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Untap.
All right, Source to Plowshare is targeting Ornithopter, and it's out of here. No life gained.
Yeah, respecting it.
So down 12.
Respecting the Ornithopter. Can turn into a ninja.
Yep. Sure.
I will.
Okay, that is a Changeling Outcast, and now a Ponder for Evan.
Quick reflexes. Has split second, so
Just
there's
make sure I read this card. It's tab I can choose not. Yep, that's in it.
I'll cast Embiggen, you +5/+5.
Cards good.
1.
Buds, thank you for a gift sub. Appreciate that. 13 now on the channel for Buds. Thank you, thank you. That's an Entomb, and it's put Atraxa into the graveyard. Scary. Bud says Infect mention deserves a gift sub. Okay, we'll talk about Infect a lot more now.
Attack. Trigger, I will kill the Delver. Or attempt to kill the Delver.
It's like an infinite money glitch we found just now. Just talking about Infect.
Come on.
It has Hexproof.
These two guys.
So Changeling Outcast still on the board. It could turn into a ninja. Nothing has been okay, here's Reanimate.
Jackson.
Yep, target attraction. I'll take 7, go to 11. Tracks the trigger.
Yep.
Okay, so Reanimate resolves. Atraxa's trigger will resolve now, revealing the top 10 cards of the deck. Let's see what we find.
So I'll take swords.
Location, pitching.
I'm not taking swords. Take grief. Take force.
I would take.
Not taking the frog? Take the freaking frog. All right, Evan's scooping it up. You got to take the frog, folks.
This is not much better. But I'm going to keep the 6.
All right, Evan's keeping 6, and we are ready to go. Prismatic Vista getting cracked.
Sounds good, that's terrifying.
Cast Palmer.
Sounds good.
You don't want to force it?
All right, turn 1 Ponder. And it sounds like it's going to resolve.
Keep this early.
I'll pay 2 and attempt to cast a Blighted Agent.
Yep.
Poison Will is not exiled, right?
I wasn't really playing Magic when, or Standard, when Rebels was a thing. I didn't start playing Standard until Odyssey came out. Before that, I was kitchen table only.
Sweet. 8. Go ahead.
I'm gonna grief, pitch grief.
Grief, pitching grief. We are underway. Eureka, Prismatic Vista, Changeling Outcast. No, that's Ingenious Infiltrator, actually. And Dothi Voidwalker. So taking a Eureka.
Satoro?
Yeah.
Are you taking it?
Yeah, I'm taking Zatora. Do you mind just playing open?
Oh, that's Satoro. Oh, man, I probably got wrong so many times in this game which ninjas are which. This has been bad. All right. That was Satoro, new ninja.
Definitely should have saved that.
Not Eureka. Why is anybody correcting me? Does anybody know what's going on? Nobody cares.
I'm gonna take the
Yep.
8/8.
Reanimate Grief, take the other one.
And I'll pass it.
Untap, receive, draw. And turn short. I'll play Blighted Agent, lose. Actually, yeah, I just lose.
Yeah, does it?
So maybe in game 1, those were Satoros that were in the graveyard, not Eureka's. I probably messed all this up.
Anything I could play that would make you not attack.
Right.
So I'm just
Now I gotta hide these.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess if you didn't swords that, I mean, it was the only threat that I had. So I mean, for so many turns, yeah.
I could have waited a turn. I was thinking if maybe I would need to swords a second to go open.
The reason why I kept keeping things on top was like,
You needed blue
well,
card.
no. I was like, all right, it's another force. Like as you saw, like another.
These two on top.
I think it was like.
All right, Brainstorm resolving here. Crack another
Oh,
Vista.
that's useful. I'm not gonna mill that into the yard. And then same with like there was another force of negation and a second force of will. So each time that I wanted to it didn't make sense to.
Continent 2.
I actually,
Four.
in theory,
A lot more than
if I had the same hand down below,
4 cards in hand currently for Ryan. He's passing the turn. Okay.
Man,
I bought him the land with the flicker. I mean, I used every card I had, so it did. Sometimes you.
Undercity Sewers, Serval.
I probably shouldn't have taken out these Sylvan libraries. So.
Left it on top.
really good call right now. Because
Nope. Triumph of St. Catherine into the graveyard, it turns out. Attacking with Grief. Pass the turn. I think that's the first time I've seen a Triumph of St. Catherine surveilled into a graveyard.
percentage points of not playing Bowmasters by
Dolthy Voidwalker.
I think Psychic Frost probably.
Dismember on Grief. Paying 4 life.
We're waiting all week to use this
I brought in 3 swords, plowshares, and a Veil of Summer against you.
Alright, so Grief Exile with a Void counter on it. And let's see if Triumph of St. Catherine gets back onto the board. Gets its butt back on the board. I don't know what is being used as a void counter there, but Brainstorm goes under it.
Good luck in the next round.
Would you win?
Thank you for letting me use your port.
Alright, cracking a fetch now. Voidwalker accumulating some stuff in exile. Finds a Tundra.
Yeah, all those MHC cards that were printed, Nadu is going to be like the biggest one to beat, which is really tough. I do have Nadus, but out of principle, I feel like I don't want to play it.
Are they just playing Nodder and like playing a deck built around it, or they're just throwing it there?
So there's a deck called Simple.
Oh yeah, right, yep.
So like that, and also there's also tempo type of not tempo control decks that are built around that as well. Because once you get Nadu to activate once with like the nomads or even just shoot down, that's 2 more cards or 3 more cards, 6 more cards potentially. And with nomads and correct play, that's like at each turn. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it pans out because right now.
Alright, a second Voidwalker. Ornithopter, pass the turn. Why did a card get put back for Ponder? I missed that, not sure.
And it was, I just got low. I mean,
Oh, was it a brainstormed Ponder? Is that what it was? That's not good.
going and I'm just like, I can't interact. Even if I had a Fatal Flush or a Swords of Flashers or Solitude for
You're still getting like a 4 for 1 or whatever.
it's ridiculous. So, and even just the 3/4 body that flying in the
It's kind of funny to think about how often, brainstorming a Ponder or the other way around, stuff like that, happens and just nobody notices. But the fact that we're recording it, then people notice. But it probably happens. It just must happen a lot, and just nobody notices. Right?
Tries to remove it from your card.
Nadu is going to be the one that I think the main deck to beat right now. But I mean, if it's on everybody's radar, hopefully it gets gated out a little bit.
I've seen people.
All right, now a Voidwalker for Ryan. Yeah, Damon says crazy how Grief, Reanimate, Grief took over this game. Yeah, it's been completely one-sided, right?
The 2 for 1 or whatever.
Think about the play patterns when you design games. All right, attacking for 6. Trade with a Voidwalker.
If they do kill
Mine goes, yours
they
goes into
didn't
the
use
board,
when you
right?
infect creatures.
Oh, okay. So now they got to figure out what happens to these Voidwalkers.
Like, do I get one? You get one?
We have a Voidwalker question. So we're trading in combat.
Okay.
I still have one. His goes in the void. I have just a question. Does mine go into the void? Or is that's not in play when mine's in the graveyard?
Damage is dealt. Yours should not because they're both dying at the same time.
Okay.
Wait, is that right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Evans goes to the yard. Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Pretty sure.
Are they on pause right now for a judge call? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Voidwalker and other cards go into the graveyard at the same time. His ability still causes. So yes, the determination is made before the event actually happens.
They're complicated. We should go by vibe.
Still on the battlefield, so it's
Seems like they're still trying to figure out this interaction. Sounds like Roland is off camera helping out here. And now they have corrected it that both Voidwalkers go into exile, and we're moving on. Retrofitter Foundry is on the stack.
yeah. If it's damaged, then it is removed. If it's Wrath of God, then they all lost.
Okay.
So yeah.
Force,
That's interesting.
force pitching. Okay.
Okay, Force Pitching Daze, and Retrofitter Foundry is countered. Takes a turn off the clock for Voidwalker on Evan's side as an attacker. Evan is hellbent.
Ninjutsu.
Okay, so top decked an Ingenious Infiltrator off the top. 5 damage gets in. Replay the Ornithopter and Retrofitter Foundry, and that is the match. Evan gets it. GG's.